Buckinghamshire Council is asking local people to send in dash cam footage of people throwing rubbish out of their cars in a bid to tackle littering.
Should we be encouraging people to dob in drivers? Commentator Dominique Samuel says, no, it's promoting a big brother culture. Stick to your own car. Watch your own dash cam footage. Don't send it in. Danny Lucas, meanwhile, has spent 60 grand cleaning up the road near his business. And you set up an app, Danny, Littergram, on Instagram, where people can post footage.
Well, it was 2013 I launched Littergram, and it was supposed to encourage kids to, love hating litter, basically. Education piece, snap it, share it, and it sends it to the council.
So you're all for dobbing people in? You're all for Buckinghamshire Council saying, send us your dash cam footage?
I don't know anyone that litters, and yet it's everywhere, and this is totally unacceptable. So we've got a network of cameras everywhere now. We can't escape that. It's in Britain.
Yeah.
There's 6 million dash cams. There's going to be 20 million in 2 years. It's a brilliant way of being able to stop and clean up Britain.
Not according to Dominique?
Yeah, look, first of all, I'm not for dropping litter. I mean, I personally, when I've been walking through my local park and I see litter on the floor, I'll go out my way to pick it up. So that's not the issue here. I think what concerns me is how far this can actually go and how far it can escalate. I think, number one, I'm slightly uncomfortable with this whole idea of us secretly filming each other and snitching on one another. And number two, it starts off with dashcam footage, but we know, especially, like, at the moment now in the country, a lot of people are stressed out. How many people are going to take it a bit far, start filming it on their phones? Because it might be a possibility that people are then encouraged to start using the mobile phones. It could lead to confrontation. I just don't think the onus should be on the public to do this sort of stuff, especially, just lastly, when... if this moves to other councils, I mean, where I live in Manchester, I'll be driving around. I'm very against litter, but there'll be bins overflowing with rubbish, our bins not being collected on time. So where are people supposed to put in any of it? I'm seeing a lot more rubbish nowadays because also councils aren't taking care of the rubbish themselves.
You could take your rubbish home. If you're in the car, just pop it in a bag.
But the big problem is that people are throwing this out of their car regardless, with no recourse whatsoever. There's no fining at all. We've already got dash cams. This is virtually being filmed. No one's going out their way here. This isn't going to create confrontation. If you stop someone, you're going to end up with a road rage incident, because the people that are doing this aren't pleasant. But you're already filming what you're doing when you're driving, and it's about safe roads, it's about clean roads. And it means that the person is it's the silent majority. None of us like to see this, and yet it's everywhere. And now, without doing anything, we can anonymously upload, and it's simple. It's not just about filming people, it's a photograph, and it's so black and white. It's the reg, the litter, and 500 quid, non-negotiable, end of.
And Dominique, if you had dashcam footage of a mugging, then you'd send it in, or a robbery, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
So is littering just kind of less serious?
I mean, I think compared to someone being mugged or attacked, it's probably less serious because it's not, it's not really like a crime, a proper crime that's being committed.
But it's a criminal offence under the Environmental Protection Act, 1990.
Yeah, I mean, it is a criminal offence, but at the same time, I'm a bit concerned about how far it could potentially go.
It's anonymous
and what sort of culture that it'll create. But overall, I mean, I'm not for people dropping litter on the floor in the road. I mean, I think the average person isn't for that.
No, but as you say, Dan, no one's for littering, and yet we have so much litter.
This is a disruptive approach that's needed to shake up something that's been a problem for decades.
Yeah.
It's controversial, but it's going to be like a hammer that will hit home.
And when you send pictures in, do you have any evidence that the council then acts?
Well, we're going to find out what Buckingham do. This is a law that was introduced in 2018 that never got taken up because the fines weren't big enough. The council get to keep it. It motivates them now that they can use this to clean up their areas.
I hope as well with all of... Because, I mean, I feel like councils and the government just find new excuses to fine people. I hope things will actually be done about it instead of them just using the money for whatever.